Scientists tell us that the universe is made of percepts, observable things. They say we must use observation to detect these percepts. Step 1 of the scientific method concerns observation. You must use your senses to do science, all scientists say. Right away, in the very first declaration science makes, it opposes reason and logic, it contradicts thinking. Science is for sensing types, empiricists. It's not for thinking types, rationalists. What would the perfect world be for thinking types? It would be a conceptual world, not a perceptual world. Plato, a rationalist, posited an ultimate reality of concepts, immaterial and outside space and time. He called these ontological concepts forms or ideas. Science totally rejects Plato. But it has never disproved Plato. It rejects his work as metaphysics, irrelevant to physics. The great rationalist Leibniz said, "Nature should always be explained in terms of mathematics and mechanisms, provided one knows that the principles or laws of mechanics or of force used in the explanations don't themselves depend on mathematical extension alone but on certain metaphysical reasons. We must in fact convert all metaphysical reasons into mathematical reasons. Mathematics is the true metaphysics, that which you discover beyond physics and which explains physics." How do we convert Plato's domain of forms into something that could compete directly with science or interface with science? We make all the forms mathematical. We replace Plato's immaterial, metaphysical domain of forms, outside space and time, with an immaterial, mathematical domain of mathematical forms, outside space and time. We posit a mathematical singularity. A very specific mathematical formula defines this singularity. It's a generalized version of Euler's formula, accommodating all possible sinusoidal frequencies. How do we create the world of scientific percepts from this world of mathematical concepts? We do so via ontological Fourier mathematics connecting the frequency domain of mind, the conceptual domain, to the spacetime domain of matter, the perceptual domain. So, noumenal concepts underlie phenomenal percepts. This is what science has never understood and will never understand, because its perceptual method cuts it off from rational and logical analysis of conceptual mathematics. We live in a noumenal, conceptual world of mind, interrogated by reason and logic, rationalism, and this generates a phenomenal, perceptual world of matter, interrogated by the senses, empiricism. Science is underpinned and caused by ontological mathematics. Concepts underlie percepts. Noumena generate phenomena. Science is incapable of grasping any of this. Mathematics is the biggest problem that science has, because if mathematics is real, which it is, then science is doing science all wrong. It should be using the conceptual mathematical method for thinking types, not the perceptual, scientific method for sensing types. Science despises mind. That is why it refuses to accept that reality is predicated on concepts, things of the mind, not percepts, material things. Are you capable of comprehending that reality is conceptual, which is to say mathematical? It is not material, which is to say scientific. Science is impossible without math. Math has no reliance on science. So, 1 + 1 = 2. Math is primary, and science its application. Scientists claim that matter is primary and math an unreal, man-made abstraction. If they are wrong, and of course they are, then the whole scientific project is fundamentally flawed. It really is as simple and basic as that. But no scientists will ever consider such a possibility. These are people of religious faith in matter and materialism. They are empiricists to the core. They are not rational and logical, which is why reason and logic are not formally part of the scientific method, and science places zero importance on the PSR, the principle of sufficient reason, which is the supreme principle of ontological mathematics. Do you support the infallible PSR or the fallible, unreliable, limited, delusional human senses? Are you a rationalist or an empiricist? Are you mathematical or scientific? What you are dictates whether you will understand reality or not. Only thinking types will ever access the mathematical, conceptual fiber and fabric of existence. Reality has a mathematical engine. Energy is mathematical, not physical. It's conceptual, not perceptual. If you don't get that, reality will be a permanent mystery to you.